Hello Narcissus and welcome to our channel. Yes, this is the first video for the Narcissus beauty brand. I am so excited to be sharing this moment with you guys. You have no idea how much this means to me. I'm so happy to be here. If you don't know who I am or you're just stumbling on this video by accident, hi, my name's Ashley. I am the founder and CEO of Narcissus Beauty, which is an up-and-coming beauty brand, Latin-owned, women-owned, and mythology-based, and we are so excited to be at this point with you guys. You have no idea how much this means to us. And you asked for this YouTube channel and we are feeding you. Now I know it took a little bit of a time to get everything together, but I am one person and I had a lot of things to do behind the scenes. So I am hoping and praying that, this satisfies you guys. I am so excited to be sharing this with you. You have no idea. So exciting. Shout out to my editor, Danielle. I see you. I love you. You guys are amazing. She's been helping out so much. This has been a team effort. Like I said, behind the scenes stuff have been phenomenal. Like, you have no idea. I cannot be more grateful for everyone that I have involved in this project right now. On the actual hands-on end, it's just me, but with other things, there's just so many people. I am so grateful and I love you all, but I especially love Danielle. Enjoy. Enjoy editing this. As I said, this channel and this video has been very long awaited. I think months long awaited. And I am finally here to give the people what they want. We did a Q&A a while ago on Instagram or TikTok, and we did a small Q&A and you guys requested an even larger Q&A. So this is what we're doing. We got a few questions that came in on our TikTok, on our Instagram, and I think on Twitter we got a couple as well. But a lot of them actually were the same. So what I did was that I went in and I took all of the questions and I listed them in some sort of order. And I will answer them to the best of my ability without giving too much away. Because I, for sure, want to save some spoilers for when we get a little bit closer to our launch date, which, wink wink, is gonna be revealed pretty soon. You know what I mean? So keep an eye out on our social media. We're also gonna start being more active on Twitter. We had Twitter for a little bit, I stopped using it, and then I deleted the app. So follow us on Twitter. Our TikTok and Instagram are both Narcissus Beauty Co. and our Twitter is Narcissus BEAUT, because Twitter doesn't let you have long handles, which I think is dumb. So without further ado, let us get into this video. We have the first question, which is pretty basic, and I would also be asking the same question if I didn't know what this was. What is Narcissus Beauty? Narcissus Beauty is, exactly what it sounds like. It is a makeup brand. It is Latin-owned, it is woman-owned, it is cruelty-free, it is vegan, it is all of that fun stuff, and it is for everyone by me. That means a lot to me personally. I believe that makeup is for everyone. It doesn't matter what your gender is, sexuality, orientation, any of that. It's there. It's like paint. It's artwork. Play with it. Narcissus Beauty is a mythology inspired brand, which is something that I've been interested in for many years, and now I am finally doing something about it, and I am so excited. Again, like I said, I can't repeat it anymore, but I'm so excited to share it with you guys. So it is a mythology inspired brand that is women owned, Latin owned, and fan supported. Where did the name Narcissus Beauty come from? So, while we're also on the topic of where the name came from, I've also been told that the name is slightly confusing when it comes to pronunciation. So if you haven't yet noticed, in our bio, you can actually see the pronunciation written out. I actually Googled the pronunciation that's in the Oxford Dictionary and pasted it on there. So it's pronounced Narcissus. But alas, where did the name come from? So If you're unfamiliar with the story of Narcissus, the man who fell in love with his reflection in the river after being put in a trance, for lack of a better term. And he fell in love with his reflection and he died in the river, and it is said that his ashes turned into the Narcissus flower, which is also known as a daffodil. So that is where I got the name from, which is where our slogan, "Fall in love with your reflection," comes from. So I'm taking that word, that Narcissus, that narcissist word, and turning it into something positive by making you fall in love with your reflection, because I think you're gonna fall in love with your reflection as soon as you put these glosses onto your lips, baby. I really want to push being comfortable in your own skin, so I wanted to take this word and sort of play on it to make it a little more positive. That's gonna be the end goal of all this. I had gone through several names before this. I think we had gotten Underworld makeup, Olympus Beauty was one of them, but I think that was already taken. I remember sitting in my best friend's shed and going through all of these different names and typing them out and seeing what stuck. None of them were sticking for me. And I was kind of gonna give up. I was like, I cannot find a name. It's just not meant to be. Like, I can't get it. And then all of a sudden, it just kind of came to me. Like, I don't even know how I stumbled upon the story, but I remembered the story of Narcissus and I was like, wow, okay, fall in love with your reflection. This is it. This is what it's gonna be, Narcissus Beauty. And from there, I kind of just ran with it. And apparently you guys loved it too, because as soon as I started posting things about it and posted the name, the comments were like, wow, this is a great name. Like, this is such a smart use of it, blah, blah, blah. I was thinking about doing something like this, and I bought the LLC and it's mine. So that's how Narcissus Beauty came to be, and it is amazing. Like, I don't know what happened, where it came from, where that name came from. It just came to me. What made you want to start a beauty brand? I have been doing makeup for about 7 years, 8 years now, not professionally until recently, but I graduated college and got my certification in makeup directly after I graduated with my degree in journalism. And I was like, I want to do something different. Look, I love journalism, I love doing all that, but I wanted to have a little something else under my belt, and I had always loved makeup. And for years and years, people had pushed me, like, go get your license, go do your license, go do something, get a certification, do this professionally and freelance. And I never wanted to do it. So when I finally did it, as I was in that class, I sort of realized, like, wow, there are things that I want out of a beauty brand that I am not getting. And I also noticed that while we have progressed so far in the beauty community and the makeup community and all these different brands, we've progressed a lot, but not enough. And I work in a makeup store right now, and it's tough to see all these different brands trying to make a difference and kind of pull towards other skin tones and make things more flattering for other people. And some of them are doing really great, but some of them are doing really horrible. And no matter what they do, they're just not flattering on a lot of different skin tones. So my goal, and the reason why I wanted to start a makeup brand, was not only to sort of satisfy that need of something that I was missing out on and I wanted to be able to create it, but also to make sure that women of color, my skin tone, lighter than me and darker, any woman, person, anybody of color, felt comfortable wearing a lip gloss or an eyeshadow because it worked on them and it didn't look chalky, it didn't look ashy. I wanted to make sure that everyone had a brand that was trying to look out for them, that they felt comfortable in wearing, that they could feel confident going out in. We need more of that inclusion, and who better to start than me, a fool. Why mix makeup and mythology? All right, okay. There's a very important fact here. There's an elephant in the room that I think I need to get out there now. I have never read Percy Jackson, so I cannot say that I was one of the kids that started with mythology, through Percy Jackson. Yes, I saw the movie, but I didn't ever read the book. I wasn't a bad reader. I loved reading. It just wasn't something that caught my attention at the time. So I just got really interested in it as a young kid through like the actual stories, not through Percy Jackson and things like that. And I kind of just carried out through teenage years, through adulthood, and I remember looking up one day, are there any mythology makeup brands? And there are. For those of you who remember our first viral video, I made a claim that I shouldn't have made, that we were gonna be the first mythology inspired makeup brand, which is, again, incorrect. But I didn't see a lot of them, which is why I thought that we were the first, which was my mistake. So I'm not the first, but I'm definitely one of the few. And I wanted to make sure that mythology is done respectfully while following the stories and following inspiration through those stories. And I wanted to put my own creativity and my own images of the mythologies that I knew, that I loved, that I grew up on. I wanted to mix something that I loved, makeup, with something else that I loved, mythology. I think that it was just kind of like a passion moment for me, and I was just so into it. I had to do it. I had the idea, and someone had actually mentioned it to me. They were like, if you start a makeup brand, like what about mythology? And I was like, oh. And then like something clicked in my brain, and I was like, oh, I like both things. This makes sense. I can do this. And that's why I wanted to do it. I wanted to bring something on the table that's very rarely brought to the table. I like our theme. I think we're different. What mythologies are you covering? If I had a nickel for every time somebody asked me which mythologies we're covering, or if we're just covering Greek mythology, if we're doing Norse, if we're doing Celtic, I would have funded this brand 5 times over. I love this question because it makes me happy when people get excited on the answer. So we are trying to cover as many mythologies as we can. So Greek, Norse, Celtic, I want to go into Egyptian. I've seen requests for certain Spanish ones, things like that. So I've seen it all. I want to cover everything. And mythology also does not just include gods and goddesses. We also have legends, heroes, stories that are passed on. So obviously within respectable boundaries, you have so much to play with that the opportunities are endless, so why just cover only one? We are starting with Greek mythology because it's what I know best, and I need to get some time to read and absorb all of the information in my brain so that way I can do the other mythologies justice. Because I do have some general knowledges of the other ones or other types that aren't Greek, but I want to make sure that I'm doing it right. I have the order in my head. You don't need to know the order in my head, and that's how that's gonna work. We are doing it. We're just starting with Greek for a while and then moving on from there. The fated question, and anybody who has been following us on TikTok and Instagram for a very long time, even though I deleted our entire Instagram, knows this answer. But what is your first collection going to be? Now, after going back and forth with myself many times, I have decided to have the first collection be what I think is the most obvious thing to do and make it the story of creation, but the story of creation through Greek mythology. Therefore, we will be covering some of the Titans, or primordial gods, let's say, and the original kids of Rhea. So that includes Hera, Zeus, Poseidon, Hestia, Demeter, Hades, and then we're also including Cronus, Rhea, Gaia, and Uranus. So that is a total of 10 different products based on 10 different gods, goddesses, and titans, titanesses, all that fun stuff. So we're doing a lot of them. We're just starting here because this is a good place to start, in my personal opinion. We can cover, I know the story, we can cover the beginnings of everything essentially, and then grow from there. Why not start with the basis and then grow the tree, you know? What are you releasing? Now, I have been asked this many a time as well. We are starting with lip glosses. Why are you starting with lip glosses? because, and I'm going to be very open, candid, and transparent with you guys as often as I can be, I am funding this myself. The money for this is coming through me, therefore I am making it. And I know that out of all of the other products I can make, the glosses are the most inexpensive things to start with. But I also really like glosses, and glosses are kind of like trending right now. But you can also use them for a lot of things. If you don't want to wear a matte lipstick or a bullet lipstick and you just want something subtle and natural, you can wear a gloss. You know, it's like a good little accessory to like bring with you, you know, just plop it into your bag, plop it into your pocket. I like glosses. I know that they're inexpensive, and I want to start with something that's inexpensive for you and inexpensive for me. That's the reality of it. And I do want to grow and make more products as we continue on. I would love to make a matte liquid lipstick, a bullet lipstick, an eyeshadow palette, but I want to start with the basics first, and I know what I can make right now versus what I can force. I want to make sure that I'm making a product that is good without me having to cut corners and make it lackluster. And I know that I can make a gloss really well for you guys because I want you to be proud wearing this stuff. So we will be expanding our collection eventually, but right now we are just starting with lip glosses. I think you're really gonna like the colors. I've gone through several formulas, and this is the one that I like the most out of all of them. I'm wearing a lip liner and the gloss, so you can see that shine. You don't have to do all that much. That's what makes it special. Are you releasing things based on Aphrodite / any of my other favorite deities? Yes. The answer is yes. We are releasing as many deities, goddesses, gods, heroes, animals, whatever that you can think of. We want to do that. We just want to start with this group. The Ambrosia lip glosses, that's what they're gonna be called. They're gonna be called Ambrosia. Oh my god, I feel so happy saying it. The Ambrosia glosses are going to be based off of the main people in the creation story. However, that does not mean we're not going to be releasing things based on Aphrodite, Apollo, Artemis, Athena, Achilles, Patroclus, all those good ones. You know, like we're still gonna be working on it. We're still gonna work on it as we go along. It's just we want to start here, and that's what we're doing. That's how we're doing it. Will you have an underworld collection? Absolutely, we will have an underworld collection. What kind of question is that? Have you seen my pages? Everything is Hades and Persephone. There's other stories, but almost everything is Hades and Persephone. Of course we're doing that. That's my goal. I want to have a big underworld collection, and I really want something based on Cerberus. So keep an eye out for that. I think that'll be something in the future, in the near future. The big question. This is a question that's been on everybody's mind. TikTok's been asking like crazy. When is the launch gonna be? Now, we've made several claims in the past of different launch dates and pre-sale and this and that and all that fun stuff. So this is what's going on, okay? This is the executive decision on what we're doing with the launch date. Soon, you will be able to see the swatches of all of the lip glosses. My plan is to post the swatches and then let you choose out of the 10 glosses which one you want released first as a pre-sale. So that's gonna be our plan. So the pre-sale date is going to be January 30th, 2022. Again, we're gonna let you pick them, which is fine, but keep in mind, our launch is going to be a very limited supply. If you're not signed up for the email marketing list, sign up. You'll be the first to know about the launch. If you're not signed up for it, do it, because if we are having a limited supply, I would say minimum 250, maximum 400 pieces each. You want to get your hands on that, especially if it's the pre-sale, because there's a good chance that if you do the pre-sale and these are the popular colors that are going up for pre-sale, then you're gonna want to get your hands on it. Not to say the other colors aren't gonna be like your favorite. It's gonna be a very tough decision. However, I might release like one early, and then we'll decide from there. January 30th, we're gonna pick it that way. That's gonna be the pre-sale date, and then we will release an actual launch date for everything else in the future. You will get notified about that ASAP. So January 30th, 2022, keep that in mind. And that, my dearest Narcissists, is the end of our Q&A. Which means that you guys submitted the questions. I gave the answers and I hope they were satisfactory to you. If you have any other questions, make sure you leave them down in the comments below. I would love to answer them, whether it be in another Q&A video, in a live, in the comments, whatever you guys want, I'm in. I gotcha. So I hope that this helped you out, and I hope this clarified a lot of stuff for you guys on the brand. I am so grateful that you're all here. You have no idea how much this means to me. Seriously, like I never thought that I would be, I'm gonna cry. I never thought that I would be doing something like this, and I never thought we'd have so many people behind us on this, especially since it grew so quickly online. I have no words. This is like a passion project for me, and I'm so grateful that every single one of you are here for the ride. It hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy at all, but you know what? It's gonna be worth it because I get to share it with you guys and I get to do something that I love. Thank you so much, my little narcissists, for watching this video to the very end. If you made it to the end of this video, make sure you comment just something you're excited for about the brand. And then I'll go through, I'll like them, I'll try and respond back. And make sure to follow us on social media on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. We also have Facebook. I need to start using the Facebook page. We also have a Facebook page. Our TikTok and Instagram are Narcissus Beauty Co. Our Twitter is Narcissus BEAUT. And our Facebook is Narcissus Beauty. Make sure you follow us on social media. Cannot wait to share this experience with you guys. I am beyond excited to share this with you. Bye bye, my little narcissists.